It's all elite wrestling night here at Allstate Arena, and prior to tonight's game, Billy sat down with AEW superstar Skylar Brew and Kyle Fletcher in our Village of Rosemont intermission interview. The Village of Rosemont, it's all here.
Thank you, Jason. Two of the hottest commodities of the AEW are here to visit with us today. What a special night it is for hockey fans and wrestling fans. First and foremost, let's talk a little bit about growing up and the love of wrestling. Let's start, of course.
Please. Yeah, ladies first.
Some great stories about you and your parents watching wrestling as a youngster. Just talk about those times. And your mother being pregnant with you and a lot going on at that time.
Yeah, so my mom was bedridden for 6 months when she was pregnant with me, and she only watched wrestling. So she likes to claim that she's the reason I'm a wrestler. But she is, because I got into wrestling because my parents have been fans their whole life. So I kind of just grew up watching it, and as I got older, I fell more and more in love with it. And one day they thought I just wasn't going to, they're like, you're not going to do that. Yeah. So I had to go prove them wrong. Yep, and here we are.
By the way, from Bensenville, went to Fenton High School, Chicago's own here, so don't forget that. And how about Sydney, Australia? Where did wrestling come into the picture from Sydney, Australia?
So, like a lot of people, I kind of had a friend that was into it, went and hung out at his house, and through that kind of fell in love with it. And then by chance, literally like one street over from my house, there were these teenagers that were wrestling on mattresses in their front yard.
Yeah,
and I walked past and I went, oh my God, I love that. Can I come and join in? And then through that, I met a professional wrestler. And from there, I got invited to help out at a show. From there, I got invited to train, and it all kind of just spitballed piece by piece, and somehow I ended up here.
Wow, that is amazing. You started and as a youngster, obviously, and I remember reading something about the fact that you told your mother when she couldn't believe you were going to be a wrestler, but you were going to wrestle till you were 80 years of age. Is that still in the picture?
Yes, I would absolutely love to do that. I love this so much. I will want to do it till the day I die.
Let me ask you, you started kind of around 2017. Obviously, with COVID and everything that went on, it was a couple of lean years as we watched some your action. Yeah, pretty cool to watch. But in 2021, that was your big break, and you were in here in Chicago, and you got signed by the AEW. Take us back to that time and how cool that was. Not for just yourself, but I know your mother was elated.
So my parents they didn't buy tickets, so they weren't planning on going. So we had dark matches, so they were the first two. And at the end of one of the dark matches, Tony came out on the stage, had me come up the stage, and I thought I messed up. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get fired before I'm even hired. And he asked me to be in the Battle Royal and All Out, and I was bawling my eyes out like a little kid. I could not believe it. And then I went outside and called my mom. I was like, you have to get pay-per-view tickets. I'm on the pay-per-view. And I've never heard a scream so loud through a phone. She was so excited. And that's the whole moment. There's a picture of me from the pay-per-view. I look like I'm going to throw up on the ramp. I was so nervous. And it's like my absolute favorite picture because I was like, that's when my dream came true and I finally made it.
Can you show us? I think you have a little tattoo emblematic of that time.
I do. I have a 21 on my arm because I was 21 in 2021 when I got signed.
How about that, huh?
So yeah.
Pretty cool. So November 23rd.
Oh boy.
There's a big match coming up, Full Gear.
Yep.
November 23rd. Pay-per-view, by the way, folks. And I have to ask you about Will Ospreay. I know he was a buddy of yours. You kind of were friends for a long time. What happened there?
Yeah, of course. Our history goes way, way back. I met him back in 2017. In 2021, during the pandemic, when I was stuck in Australia, he offered his house to me. He let me come and live with him so I could get back out into the world because Australia was still very locked down because of all the COVID stuff. And over that time, he definitely helped me out a lot. But it's only recently I kind of had my eyes open to. Yeah, there you go. See me
keep
there.
going.
My eyes got open to kind of his motives behind it. I think he wanted to keep me close so that he could hold me down in a sense. He wanted me to succeed, but never as much as him. And I think I've always had this drive, this passion to want to be one of the best in the world. And I think in order to get there, I kind of had to shed the Will Ospreay stigma. People wanted to compare us my entire career, and I think in order to get to that level, the level I want to be, I have to surpass him, and that's what I'm going to do November 23rd.
Well, people are talking about this being the best rivalry in AEW.
Hey, I'll take it.
So let's talk quickly about your hair.
Please.
You used to have nice hair. Not nice. It's not that it's not nice
come
now,
on,
but
man.
you cut it all off for a little change, right?
Of course. Yeah, I think to me, there's me. Oh, wow. Yeah, going crazy. I think to me it was very symbolic of shedding that Will Ospreay clones stigma. I think it's almost a new beginning for me, a new era for Kyle Fletcher. I want to be my own man, and I don't want to be compared to anybody else anymore.
Very cool. Skye, before I let you go, you've had an injury. It happened back in July, I believe. How are you feeling?
We're getting there. July 20th.
Okay,
yeah.
good. Yeah.
But we're getting there. It's hard sitting at home and like watching him still go to work and like being like, I feel fine, I can walk, I can wrestle, right? And then I'm like, oh no, I can't. But we're getting there. I just want to come back like fully healthy so I can go crazy and do all my hardcore matches and be 100%.
Well, we're dying to see that. Anything else you guys want to say? Push the wrestling coming up?
Yeah, we're coming back to Chicago November 27th. It's going to be the start of the Continental Classic. We come here every Thanksgiving week, day before Thanksgiving Eve, the tradition. Yeah, it's going to be crazy. I love wrestling in Chicago, so I just can't wait. Yeah, I'm very excited.
Kyle, Skye, thank you so much for joining us. Best of luck. Have fun today at the game.
Thank you very much.
Thank
We will,
you.
for sure. Thanks for having us.
And we'll be back with more of the First Intermission after this.